Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to call to order the regular meeting of the Board of Public Works for November 13, 2025. Roll call.
Val Gomez.
Present.
Weena Guzman. Frank Rivera.
Present.
We do have a quorum. Next on our agenda, we have the minutes of the regular meeting of Thursday, October 23rd, 2025. I'd like to make a motion to approve as written.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. We have no correspondence. We'll move on to new business. First item on our agenda is the Board of Public Works 2026 calendar. I don't know, did anybody call you? We found on August 9th and August 23rd, they're Sundays.
Oh, okay.
So we have to make an adjustment on,
Nobody called me.
yeah, someone in my office got it and told me.
Okay.
So I didn't have a chance to call you.
Okay.
So this will approve our Board of Public Works calendar for 2026. There will be a correction on the August meetings. So that's the only change. I'll make a motion to accept our schedule for 2026.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay, next item on our agenda is our bid opening for Washington Splash Pad Park. Okay. And just for the record, the funding has been approved by the Common Council.
Scott Pruitt, First Group Engineering. There is one bidder from Hassey Construction. It was delivered at 3:32 p.m. today. This is for the Washington Park splash pad.
Just give me, when we receive one bid?
One bid. There's a base bid and an alternate bid. There are actually three alternates. So the total for the base bid is $6,948,582. That is 6,948,582.00. And then alternate number one, basically the alternates are where we're working with different types of slides. Alternate number one is $6,696,582.00. Again, that is 6,696,582.00. Okay, then alternate bid number two, it's a different slide. They're different heights, but alternate number two bid is $6,703,357.00. That is 6,703,357.00. And finally, alternate number four is simply a splash pad with no slides, and that is, or base bid plus alternate number three, that is $6,248,582.00.
Could you repeat number four again?
The last one?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm sorry. I timed that perfectly with the train. I apologize for that. All right, that was alternate bid 36248,582.00, $6,248,582.00. I'll take this under advisement and return this to Olga.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
And that completes the bid opening for the splash pad.
Yes, and that concludes the bid opening.
Okay, next on our agenda, we have from Aetna, the 2026 health benefit renewal. This is from the Controller's Office. And we also have the workman's comp renewal with Gallagher Bassett. This is also from the Controller's Office. So the first one we have the 2026 health benefit renewal presentation from Aetna. Aetna will increase their administrative fees from $39.86 to $41.61, an increase of $1.75 PEPM. Coupled with the $25,000 administrative fee credit Aetna has given us for 2026, the annual saving of approximately $18,910. Aetna was asking for 11.18% or $52,270 a year increase in stop loss rates for the upcoming year of 2026 plan. After some negotiating, Aetna has agreed to lower the increase to 4.04%, which brings the increase down to $18,896. That's a savings of $33,373. The new 2026 policy will have the same specific deductible individual of $250,000 with a $75,000 aggregating specific and an aggregate coverage for the entire group. The dental administration fee has increased 0.23 cents, an increase of 4%, costing additional $800 in the 2026 plan. The vision is in the middle of a 2-year rate guarantee and has no increase in cost for 2026 plan year. I have reviewed the plan with Val Gomez, that's me, the controller, Kim Anderson, the deputy controller, Mr. Jim Bennett, the mayor's financial advisor, and she left out Ms. Brown, who happens to be our HR director. She was in that meeting too. Professional Health Services LLC is requesting the Board of Works approve this item at the next meeting. For the record, Professional Health Services LLC is the company that is our go-between with Aetna and all our insurance companies. They've been in insurance business for 30 years, and they're quite valuable in getting us lower prices than when Aetna, whatever they present, they counter, like in this case where they saved us $33,000. So we'll probably, their contract is good for 2 years, so we'll probably see their contract next year. Okay. Are there any questions or comments on the health benefit renewal presentation?
No.
Okay, we're going to move on to the other one, then we'll make a motion for both. Because professional health actually is the one that reviews these for both of us for us. The other one is for the Gallagher Bassett. That's a company that's contracted for our workman's comp. And this is a renewal compensation for administrative services effective January 1st, 2026. Dear Mr. President, Professional Health Services LLC is recommending the renewal of the administrative contract with Gallagher Bassett, current TPA, to administer the workman's comp program for 2026 calendar year. I reviewed the proposal with Val Gomez, Kim Anderson, Mr. Bennett, and they left out Ms. Brown again. So we're adding Ms. Brown to the record. The increased costs are in the table below. All other fees and costs that we utilize will remain the same. So on medical only, the fee per claim will be $186. For new claim fee, will be $196. Estimated claims, they estimate to be 28, percentage of increase of 5.9. Indemnity will be $1,119. New per claim fee will be $1,186. Estimated claims will be 9, increase of 6%. Incidents will be $55 per. New claim fee will be 58, and increased percentage of 5.5. The administrative data management fee will increase from $2,625 to $2,783 annually, which equals a 6% increase. However, Gallagher Bassett is not charging $500 for the RMIS user fee in 2026. And they recommend passage of Gallagher Bassett's contract renewal. Any questions on this one?
No.
Okay, there being no further questions, I'd like to make a motion approving the recommendations from our our Professional Health Services Company, LLC. They're approving their recommendations for approval of Aetna's 2026 health benefits renewal and Gallagher Bassett's contract renewal for workman's comp.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Okay, next we go to, this is from IT, this is for our InTouch clock maintenance. We do have a letter from Kevin Klosak, our systems administrator. This agreement is for the maintenance of our Cronus InTouch 9100 and InTouch DX time clocks for the 20, it should be, he has 2024, it should be 2025 through 2026 for the amount of $8,151.29. And this is for equipment support services. So the contract is priced for 365 days from date of signing. Are there any questions or comments on this contract for our Cronus InTouch clock maintenance?
No, none.
There being no further questions or comments, I'd like to make a motion approving IT's recommendations for renewal with Cronus of our InTouch clock maintenance.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay, next we have also from IT, from Xerox IT Solutions. We have also a letter from our systems administrator, Kevin Klosak again. The Sophos, is that how you pronounce that? S-O-P-H-O-S? Sophos?
Sophos.
PC and server monitoring software purchase. This software will be installed in all PCs, monitoring them for any vulnerabilities, hacks, etc., giving notification of if and when they may occur and removing the computer from the network. This software will also help bring our policy ratings up to an A+, potentially lowering the premiums as well. The amount of software for 1 year for 350 PCs and 30 servers is $38,059.42. I did speak with Kevin. Kevin added that we do have protection right now, but this is more advanced, and it has more IA protection installed with this. This is actually a new company that we haven't used, but they have a good reputation, so he wants to go 1 year to see how they complement what we have now. Okay, that's just for record. Any questions or comments?
No.
There being no further questions or comments, I'd like to make a motion approving the agreement with Xerox IT Solutions for our server monitoring software agreement with IT.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay, next we come to one of my favorites, our outstanding invoices. We have, but it's 14 today. It has been our practice. I will read each one, and then at the end we'll make one motion for all. Okay, first one is from IT department. It is with the company Lamar. They have two late invoices dated 8/4/25 and 8/11/25 for a total of $1,640. The explanation is that these were received later than normal, and media is going through a management change, so I am working with them to get our claim process in order. When he says medium, he means multimedia. We lost our director of multimedia, and IT is helping them with their paperwork. Any questions or comments on this one?
No.
Okay, the next one is from IT again. It is from Ready Fresh. They have one late invoice dated 7/26/25 in the amount of $39.77. Explanation is this invoice was overlooked from a past email, and this is for the 7/26/25 invoice for $39.77. Any questions or comments?
No.
Okay. And just for records, I see we have people in the audience. We do late invoices because State Board of Accounts requires us, anything that hasn't been paid in the required time, that we explain why it was late. So that's the reason. Usually we don't have people in the audience, so I'll let you know. Okay, next one is from Star Uniform. It's from the police department. They have 3 late invoices dated 5/31/25, 7/15/25, and 7/29/25, for a total of $2,732.05. The explanation from the police department is, please excuse these late invoices. Email submitting these invoices was unintentionally overlooked. Any questions or comments on this one?
No.
Okay, next one we have from planning. This is for Marino Solario, past due invoice. We have one for 8/4/2025. The amount is $275. Explanation, request was made for additional proof of attendance to a conference. Any questions or comments on this one?
No.
Okay, we'll move on to the next one. We have for multimedia, it is for, the vendor is AT&T. One late invoice dated 8/23/25. The amount is $76.32. Explanation, this invoice was not submitted prior to the deadline due to competing priority and workload volume. Any questions or comments on this one?
No.
Okay, we move on to another late invoice from Multimedia. This one is from Northwest Industrial Specialists. The invoice is dated 7/22/25. The amount is $210. Explanation is invoice was not submitted prior to the deadline due to competing priorities and workload volume. Any questions or comments?
No.
Okay, next we go late invoice from Amazon. It is from Multimedia. Once again, one late invoice, August 6, 2025, $612. Explanation is the same. The invoice was not submitted prior to the deadline due to competing priorities and workload volume. We will probably be getting more from Multimedia since they lost a director and staff, and there's only one person there, so that's why we're getting, if you saw in the previous, IT is helping them with theirs, so they're trying to catch up. Okay, next one. Any questions on that one?
No.
Okay, next we have, again from Multimedia. This is for the South Shore CBA. They have a late invoice dated 3/6/25. Amount is $2,325. Explanation, as the previous one, invoice was not submitted prior to deadline due to invoice being stuck in junk mail and our department not seeing it until past the deadline. Okay, a little different. Any questions or comments?
No.
Okay, move on to the next one. It is from Multimedia again. It's from Baxter Design and Advertising. One late invoice dated 8/26/25, amount $435. This one invoice was not submitted prior to the deadline due to the invoice being stuck in junk mail and our department not seeing it until past deadline. Okay. Once again, the amount was $435. Any questions or comments?
No.
Okay, next we have Sounds and Graphic. This is the vendor, Multimedia Department again. The date is 9/8/25. The amount is $8,040. Explanation, this invoice was not submitted prior to the deadline due to competing priorities and workload volume. Any questions or comments?
No.
Okay, next we have Short, Elliott, and Hendrickson. This is from the Engineering Department. We have 2 late invoices, one dated 8/14/25, one 8/22/25. The amount is $62,887.16. Explanation is the invoices were received late from the vendor. Service was vendored and the invoices should be processed. Any questions or comments on this one?
No.
Okay, next we come from Special Events. It is an invoice from the vendor Staples. They have 2 late invoices dated 7/23/25. In fact, both of them are dated 7/23/25 for a total of $151.83. Explanation is receipt was misplaced. Any questions or comments on this one?
No.
Okay. Next, we come to, this is from Public Works. It is from North Harbor Equipment. One late invoice dated 4/23/2025 for an amount of $215. Explanation is invoice was missed by vehicle maintenance accounts payable. Any questions or comments?
No.
Okay, and the final one is from Chicago Tire. This is also from Public Works. One late invoice dated 7/10/25. The amount is $250. Invoice was missed by vehicle maintenance account payable. Any questions or comments on this one?
No.
Okay, there being no further questions or comments on the 14 aforementioned outstanding invoices, I'd like to make a motion to approve their payment to the vendors.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay, we'll move on to, next thing on our agenda is from Midwest Electric. It is their 2026 rates. Included are their rates for labor, equipment, and truck usage, different types of trucks, and their hourly rates. This is for labor and equipment hourly rates. The not to exceed for 2026 is $80,000. Any questions or comments on this rate schedule for Public Works?
No.
There being no further questions or comments, I'd like to make a motion approving Midwest Electric's 2026 rates for Public Works.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay, next we have from Public Works, we have 3 contracts with STM for 2026. We have the emergency tree service and removal with a not to exceed of $50,000. We have their emergency services, which includes emergency board up services, assisting police and fire department, of not to exceed $60,000. And we have their sign management and maintenance service with not to exceed of $15,000. This is for maintenance for different buildings in the city, buildings the city owns. This includes the labor, material, and equipment. He has quite an extensive listing of hourly rates per technicians and equipment. And these are contracts that are ongoing. I believe they've had them
Bless you.
for several years. Any questions or comments on these 3 services from STM with Public Works?
No, no questions.
There being no further questions or comments, I'd like to make a motion approving 2026 STM contracts with Public Works for emergency tree services and removal, emergency services, and sign management and maintenance.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay, the next one is, this is something from Public Works. It is from Cintas boot rates with a not to exceed of $12,214.25. There might be a change in this. I spoke with Public Works and I spoke with the law department. This concerns a new practice. In the past, the Public Works employees received a stipend of $300 a year to buy equipment. That has changed through because there's been a disagreement between the union and the city, and basically that is on hold. So instead of getting a staple, they're going to designate areas where they buy their safety equipment, including boots, gloves, goggles. Public Works was working on this with Cintas, and what happened was, well, I'm concerned right here, why I think we might have to table it. Controller's office wasn't included in discussion, and neither was payroll. They thought they could use the common allowance that each individual had, but we're not going to be able to do that. We're actually going to set up an account, because it won't be just Public Works. There's Public Works, sanitation, water, anybody that used to have Teamsters. So we're going to have to set up one account, and they're going to draw from this. So I'd like to table this until we find out what the account is going to be, because right now we have an improper account here. I don't know if this amount is still going to be the same. It might be less if everybody goes the same system as Public Works, getting a contract with Cintas. It might lower it. So I'd like to table this till for next meeting, and we see what the new information is, okay? So we're going to hold that one off. Do we need a motion to table it?
Yeah, you do.
We do?
No? I always make motions on my board for anything we table.
Okay, we don't have any. I'll make a
Okay.
motion that we table this next meeting.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Okay, motion passes. Okay, next on our agenda, we have from Cargill. It is the 2025 local government entity tonnage by NDOT. This is for salt purchase. We're included in the LaPorte section where Lake County is in there. And our rate would be for 1,800 tons of treated salt would be $88.91 per ton delivered. As I mentioned, this is all run by the state. NDOT actually does the purchasing. They have a state QPA, and Cargill is the one that I believe won the bid for this. And I think that's the only thing. There's different types of materials in salting it. We have elected to go with the treated salt. And it is $88.91 delivered. Any question or comments on this proposal?
No.
There being no further question or comments, I can make a motion approving Cargill's roll salt proposal for 2025 through 2026 rates through NDOT for Public Works.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay, next we have from Public Works, we have the 25-26 snow removal policy. This is a policy that Public Works has put in effect for the past, I believe, 5 years. It's similar to the vehicle policy where we set the price and we ask vendors if they agree to these prices, they could sign on to our program and they'll be on a rotating system if when we need extra help with snow removal. Under this, we have the prices they agreed to for Bobcat and skid steer, $105 an hour, dump truck, $110 an hour, loader, $155 an hour, plow truck, $110. The vendors that has signed on for the 25-26, we have Acton, Divine, Calumet Waste and Recycling, R&D Construction, Regional Services, Sneed Construction, SNS Sales and Service, STM Enterprise, and Great Lakes Landscaping. Are there any questions or comments on this policy?
No.
There being no further questions or comments, I can make a motion approving the 25-26 snow removal policy of Public Works.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay, next we have East Ice Lease. This is the fire department. This is a agreement the fire department has for several years. Matter of fact, I think we approved this in 22, I believe, and it was for 3 years. This is for equipment, ice making equipment that we actually have in 2 fire stations. And in the summer, each fire break contains a cooler with ice in case of an event of a fire that you could use for, to kind of cool out the firemen in the summer more. And we also make it available for people if they want to get a bag of ice because it continuously works. There was a question on this because they presented us the same contract from 3 years ago, and I found out that they have a new company that bought this company. The new company sent us an email under which they say they will continue on I think it's year to year, or month to month. Let's see. Month to month, until they get us a new contract. So basically, we're approving a stopgap till they receive a new 3-year contract. And they're agreeing to the same terms as from the previous one, which was $119 monthly payments. So as I said, this will be temporary till we get the new one, when we're dealing with a new company. Any other questions or comments? And I'll try to answer them.
No.
No? There being no further questions or comments, then I can make a motion approving this temporary lease agreement for this ice-making equipment with the fire department.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay, next also from the fire department, we have a letter from the fire chief. Dear board members, I would like to declare the following items surplus. These items are non-repairable or expired. Respectfully submitted, Mark Escobedo, fire chief. He has a list of several equipment. There's a hard suction unit. This is a fire truck, damaged, non-repairable. Disposable airway training equipment for HRD suction unit. It's end of life. AED trainer, broken, non-repairable. 10 stethoscopes, damaged, non-repairable. BP cups, 10, damaged, non-repairable. Non-isolated sharps containers, 4, obsolete, do not meet requirements. Can spray power washer, broken, non-repairable. Davis Pro 2 weather station, end of life. Honda X33 generator, non-functional, non-repairable. Lincoln arch welder, not in use. Medical jackets, 15, end of life. Carbon composite, 02 cylinders, 38, end of life. Any questions or comments on these items to be declared surplus?
No.
There being no further questions or comments, I make a motion to accept the fire department's request to declare surplus.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay, next we have also from the fire department, we have from Vector Solutions. This is for this is also called Target Solution. This is for software that they use for training and also for manual. This is something they've had, I believe, for several years. The amount is for $10,390. There's also one-time fees of $800 that are added for a total of $11,190. Are there any questions or comments on this software for the fire department?
No.
There being no further questions or comments, I'd like to make a motion approving fire department's, the proposal from Vector Solutions for the fire department.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay, next we have also from the fire department, another letter from the fire chief. Dear board members, please consider my request to approve repairs for Rescue 2531. Interstate Power Systems has identified several issues regarding Rescue 2531. Attached, you will find an estimate in the total cost to the repair is $11,481.36. We have located available funds in the vehicle repair and maintenance, so they found the funds in their own account. So, any questions or comments on this request for repair?
No.
There being no further questions or comments, I'd like to make a motion approving the fire department's request for repairs to Rescue 2531.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay, next we have a lease agreement renewal. This comes out of the law department. This is agreement we have, we've had this agreement for several years. This is between the City of East Chicago and the Communities and Schools of East Chicago, Communities and Schools of Lake County. They're the tenant. This concern we are the owner of real estate commonly known as the Health East Chicago Center, located at 100 West Chicago Avenue, East Chicago, Indiana. The leaser wishes to lease premises located within Health East Chicago. And this would be 997.30 square feet within suites G and F. And this is our health department on Chicago Avenue, just before the water department. The term of this lease will be for a paid period of 36 months, plus the number of days remaining in the calendar month of the 36th month if the commencement date is any date other than the first of the calendar month. Okay, the tenant shall have the option to extend the term of this lease for one period of 36 months, subject to the same terms and conditions herein, except that the base rent will be equal to 104% of the prior term's base rent. Commencement date is January 1st of 2026. And the annual base rent under this lease will be $19,122.60. payable in consecutive monthly installments of $1,593.55. As I mentioned, this has been an ongoing agreement for several years, and basically, we usually add 4% to it every year. So, any other questions or comments on this lease agreement?
No.
There be no further questions or comments, I'd like to make a motion approving the lease with the city and communities and school at our health department building.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay, next we have the 2025 Phase 2 recommendations from the building department. As you recall, last meeting, we opened bids for the 2025 Phase 3 Board of Safety demolition of unsafe buildings. The bids were read off, and the building department has submitted the tabulation. The lowest bid for 5013 Alexander Avenue garage was JM Wrecking. It was $3,275. The other bids for that location, Richardson was $3,900, Acton was $7,500, KMA Waste was $4,500. So JM Wrecking was the lowest at $3,275. For 4859 Drummond Garage, and these are all garages, the lowest was again JM Wrecking at $3,975. Richardson Disposal had $6,000, Acton had $9,000, KMA Waste and Recycling had $4,500. And this was at 4859 Drummond. So the lowest, once again, was $3,975 for GM Wrecking. For 4236 Indianapolis Boulevard Garage, once again, the lowest was GM Wrecking at $2,875. Richardson Disposal had $6,200. Acton had $9,000. Calumet Waste and Recycling had $5,500. Okay, next we had 3010 Parish Avenue, garage again. Lowest again was JM Wrecking at $4,950. Richardson Disposal had $6,810. Acton had $11,000. Calumet Waste and Recycling had $6,800. So GM was low again at $4,950. Next we have 4513 Todd. Lowest bid was $2,975 from JM Wrecking. Richardson Disposal had $4,000. Acton had $11,200. Calumet Waste had $4,500. Next we come to 4847 White Oak Garage. Lowest bid, $4,875, JM Wrecking. Richardson had $5,000, Acton had $14,000, Calumet Waste had $6,000. So JM Wrecking at $4,875 was the lowest. Lastly was 4909 White Oak Garage. Lowest was $2,875. Richardson Disposal had $4,600, Acton had $7,000, Calumet Waste had $5,500. Once again, JM Wrecking was $2,875 was the lowest. So the total for amount on all groups was $28,800. The lowest was JM Wrecking at $25,800. And that is a recommendation from the building department per the bids. Any questions or comments on these?
No.
There be no further questions or comments, I'd like to make a motion approving building department's recommendations for the 2025 Phase 3 Board of Safety demolition of unsafe building.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay, next we come to, we have from JM Industrial Services, change order number 2 for the 2023 Phase 1 demolition buildings. The contractor is JM Industrial Services. The description for the increase is due to higher cost of fuel and waste disposal for 5014 Indianapolis Boulevard. The change is for $3,260. The original price of the contract was $203,720. This addition will bring it up to $2,690. Are there any questions or comments on this change order for
No.
2016? No?
No.
There being no further questions or comments, I'd like to make a motion approving change order number 2 for our 2023 Phase 1 demolition at 5014 Indianapolis Boulevard for $3,260.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay, next we have from Pizzensure and Associates, we have their 2026 rates. Pizzensure and Associates, their court reporters. This professional service agreement is made and entered on the first day, is for the first day of January 2026 until the 31st day of December 2026 between the City of Chicago Public Works, Public Safety, and Pizzensure and Associates. Pizzensure will provide transcription services for all regular and special City Chicago meetings for the entities mentioned above. They included are their rate schedule, their base, and with additional costs for other services. Basically, their regular base is $90 per hour, minimum we charge for 2 hours, and is $7 per page, and there are the extra costs for different situations. Any questions or comments on this agreement?
No questions.
There being no further questions or comments, I'd like to make a motion approving the Pizzensure and Associates 2026 rates for engineering.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay, next we have Roller T Construction. This is a change order for the Fire Station Number 4 project. This is with Roller T Construction, and the description of the work to be done is clean, prime, and paint existing station lockers. This is additional work from the original contract. The amount is $1,600. Original amount was $169,635. Change order will make it $171,235. And this is part of that major project where station number 4 was experiencing structural problems. So they're just finishing up. Any questions or comments on this one?
No.
Okay, there being no further questions or comments, I'd like to make a motion approving change order number 1 for Fire Station number 4.
Second.
And just for the record, I did speak with the city engineer on these projects, these change orders. There was some question from the administration as to whether they were coming from the contractor or from our side. And all of these have been coming from our side. Okay? Okay, next we're going to move on to Permaseal Alley Project 8 for 2025 from Engineering Department. As I mentioned, this is from Permaseal. We have their Alley Project 8 for 2025. So Project 8 includes 8 projects. Number 1 is White Oak Street, 151st to Kosciuszko for $19,158. Number 2 is the alley for 140th, 400 block of White Oak to Walsh for $8,329. Then we have the alley 1400 east to west from Walsh to Reading for $8,950. We have the alley 3800 block north to south, Hemlock Street to Grand Boulevard for $12,140. We have alley 4517 Todd Avenue, Todd to 145th Street for $11,435. Number 6, alley for 4500 block of 24525 Bering, east to west, Magoon to Bering, $10,616. Number 7, alley 4500 block to 1009 West 145th Street, east to west. This is Bering to Glen Court, $15,302. And lastly, we have the alley 4100 block north to south, Indianapolis Boulevard to Alcott Avenue for $18,069 for a total of $104,000. And this is with Permaseal, and it's Project 8 of the 2025 concrete Yeah, concrete asphalt project. Any questions or comments on
No.
these projects?
No.
Permaseal.
No.
There being no further questions or comments, I'd like to make a motion approving
Second.
Permaseal's proposals for this project.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay, next we have from R&D Construction, this is Project 9 of the 2025 Form of Concrete and Asphalt Approval. R&D Construction has number 1, 4,000 block north and south of Parish to Ivy for an amount of $13,270. Number 2, 3,500 block north and south of Elm into Deodore at $15,246 for a total of $28,516. Any questions or comments on this alley project with R&D Construction?
No.
There being no further question or comments, I'd like to make a motion approving R&D's proposal for our project, alley project number 9, 2025.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Next, we have from Martinez Construction, we have 2 projects. The first one is for the 38 block of Elm Street sidewalk. It is for $3,000. This involves concrete. Any questions or comments on this project?
No.
The second one is an alley project also with Martinez Construction. This is project 10 of our concrete and asphalt program. And this has 3 items. It has number 1 is the 1100 block east and west Northcott through Weg for $21,034. Number 2, 1100 block east and west Magoon Avenue, Bering for $10,079. And number 3 is the patching of Gary Road, and that is the asphalt for $8,168 for a total of $39,281. Any questions or comments on this project?
No.
There being no further questions or comments, I'd like to make a motion approving Martinez Construction's 2 projects with aforementioned with engineering department.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Next, we have from Pinto Concrete, we have change order number 1. This is a concrete project. It is for additional square footage on the 3800 block of Hemlock. The reason for the change order, greater square footage on the sidewalk. It is for increase of $1,219. The original price of this project was $34,396. With this addition, it'll come to $35,615. Any questions or comments on this additional?
No questions.
It was recommended by our engineer. There being no further questions or comments, I'd like to make a motion approving the change order number 1 for Pinto Concrete for their concrete project.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Next, we come to our City of Chicago Board of Public Works permit applications. We have before us permit application 25-05209 through 25-05226. Are there any questions on these permit applications?
No.
There being no further questions or comments on these work permit applications, I'd like to make a motion for approving of the aforementioned.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay, I believe that concludes all of our new business. We have no other business scheduled for today. Our next meeting, we're actually classified as a special meeting because we're changing our time because of the Thanksgiving holiday. So our next meeting will be November 27 on Monday at 3 o'clock. And as that concludes all our items on our agenda for tonight, I'd like to make a motion for adjournment.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Now that I think about it, do we have to make a motion for the new meeting?
To change the meeting date, because it was from the,
Yeah.
I think it's better to do that.
Okay. Okay, little side note, I'd like to make a motion approving our... Oh, okay. Well, there was a little change anyway. Okay, just told us it's not November 20th, it's November 24th is Monday. Right, okay? So I'll make a motion for the special meeting will be Monday, November 24th at 3 p.m. I'd like to make a motion to accept that.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So now I'd like to make a second motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. That concludes our meeting for tonight. Thank you, everyone.